Welcome back, my notary friends. It's your boy Rob, back with another notary signing agent video for you guys. Hope everyone had a good Martin Luther King Day Monday, celebrating the Reverend's birthday, the King MLK. First off, I think I'm gonna stop verbally asking for subscribers on my videos.
Thank you, Lord.
I'm sure you guys will get tired of hearing that. If not, let me know what you think down in the comments. And I mention the comments a lot because I think it's the easiest way to communicate here on YouTube and post relevant comments regarding the video that it's on. If you guys like my content, you have free will to subscribe if you want to. I do really appreciate the support as always. I want to truly thank everyone for watching and interacting with my content. Like I've said before in other videos, my motivation for doing this is simply because I like to help people and I have fun with it. If I make money in the far future with these videos, great, but that's not really an expectation that I have currently. I'm not a popular YouTube creator or anything. I only do videos in the notary niche, so even just hitting roughly 250 subscribers was a big deal for me. That felt amazing, and I'm truly humbled and appreciative of you guys. If you haven't noticed, I like to make notary videos that are different from the rest out there. I try to make them somewhat silly and entertaining. This channel is just an extension of how weird I really am. Okay, enough of that. So on to today's video.
At last.
This is really just a continuation of my other video that I did and kind of an update to that, where I posted on why I thought you should not be a notary signing agent, which I'll refer to as a NSA from this point forward. I covered a lot in my first video on this subject, but I got new stuff to ramble about.
Oh, Jesus, God, no.
I just wanted to be transparent about some things that have been going through my mind, and it ties into why you might not want to become a notary signing agent. I'm not making this video to deter any newcomers to the business. I like and support this business, but I just want newcomers to know that some of the cons come with it. Common sense, every business has pros and cons. When I was working my last job and I was researching if I wanted to do this or not, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos from some big players in the business. I felt some of them didn't mention the cons transparently, and that's why I wanted to make these videos so people can make an informed decision. But don't just go by what I say, of course. By all means, research different credible sources before you make a decision about becoming an NSA. This isn't a get-rich-quick business.
Call now. This offer is limited. 1-800-GET-RICH-QUICK with this get-rich scam. Did I say scam? I meant plan.
But it can be lucrative if you put the work in and do a good job. So one of the topics I wanted to cover is saturation. Do I think the business is becoming saturated with NSAs? Yes. Do I think it's oversaturated to where I think it's going to be a problem for my business? No. In my opinion, I don't think this business will become so saturated that you won't be able to find work. Again, this is just my opinion based off of research that I've done and experience that I've had. I also still consider myself to be a beginner, but I think I've seen enough and experienced enough to speak on the matter. I retired from my full-time job at Texas Health and Human Services to be a full-time notary public here in Texas, but I can't live on just the mortgage closings alone yet. I have to do remote online notary work. I have to do mobile notary work as well. There are more opportunities that you can get into as a notary also, which I'm still looking into myself to this day. So yeah, I can't predict the future.
The cats don't lie.
But I think it's unlikely to get so saturated that you won't find signings. You do get what you put into this business. It's competitive. You have to put more effort into it than the NSA next to you. The signings won't just fall in your lap. You're gonna have to use a lot of effort to be seen, to train, and to do accurate signings. As far as saturation goes, yeah, there's a lot of NSAs every single day, and I think that's great. We all started somewhere, and I'm supportive of you guys. We can both get this money together, you know what I'm saying?
Testify!
Like I said, I still consider myself to be a beginner as well when it comes to being an NSA. More NSAs just means more competition. So like it or not, this is a competitive line of work. You'll probably hear some NSAs talk about how you shouldn't accept low offers and let's band together and keep our fees high. But I'll get into that in a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think that kind of plays into the saturation topic too. So especially when you're using signing companies, in most cases, you're competing against other NSAs and accepting the signings faster than the other NSA can accept it. The NSAs that might have gotten the text before you even did because of phone reception, etc. This doesn't come into play as much when you're talking about getting direct business from escrow officers. But I think the majority of NSAs use signing companies. I'm still using signing companies. As for me, starting out, as long as it was a signing I knew I could perform, I accepted the offers pretty quick, no matter where it was located, etc., because I needed the experience. But now I'm getting into a phase where I like to take a little more time to look at all the information provided to decide if it's worth for me to do. That's going to be different for everybody according to their situation. I have to cross-check and make sure I'm not busy with another appointment or something else if the time of that signing has already been set. So I weigh the pros and cons to see if it's a signing that I want to take. I would say 90% of the time I still take them. I always reply even if it's something that I can't do or don't want to do. So now it takes me a moment to reply usually whenever I get an offer. In most cases, another NSA has already accepted it before me. Even when I did answer faster, still a lot of times it'd be taken already. I'm not whining about it, but that's just the truth.
Would you like some cheese with your wine?
I eat all the cheese. I eat all of the cheese.
I still remain determined. I still handle my business without giving much thought to that. But I mention this because I'm talking about saturation. There are a lot of NSAs out there. You just need to rise above them. Like I've said before, I live in kind of a small town here in Texas. I looked up the NSAs in my area using different resources to do so, and even though it's a small town, there were still quite a bit of NSAs around here. I can only imagine how many there would be in more populated areas. I would hate it if that discourages a new NSA from choosing this business, because if you work hard, handle your business, work on developing communications with escrow officers, take the time to get experience, do good work, I'm confident that you will make a lot of money at this. Or at least what I consider to be a lot of money. You can make a living being an NSA. I still think it's a great line of work. Moving on. I think this still kind of ties into the saturation topic, but I'm also starting a new topic here about notary gossip and fees. I'd like to go back to my previous comment earlier about how some NSAs preach that you shouldn't take work if the fees are low. I think that really needs to be left up to that individual and their situation. And first off, I think social media can be a great tool for your notary business, but it can also be toxic. You have to kind of be careful of the information you get. Always look at different sources, because just, Joe Blow Notary that just started might hop on there, answer something completely wrong. And then if you run with it, that's a bad idea. Some people can be rude or toxic. Some people are generally helpful and nice. Most of the time, in my experience, they've been pretty good. But you guys know this, it's just human nature. In this business, you're interacting with human nature every day. So about the fees, I think the reality is you're always going to have new blood that will take what they can get to get their business going and get that precious experience. They're handling their business, and I think we should handle our business. Might be a good idea to mind your own biscuits, or they might burn. And I don't like burned biscuits. I like soft biscuits. Oh, how I have strayed off topic.
I don't know what you're saying!
But I'm just saying, I don't get myself worked up over that stuff. My focus is on what I'm doing and how I can make money with how the market currently works, rather than trying to change the market by going on social media and trying to rally some union against the fees. Everyone wants to make money, sure, and people have the freedom of speech to say what they want. I support that, but I don't think that's the way to do it, in my opinion. That's going to be unpopular with some NSAs, but that's just my opinion on the matter. It's one of the most persistent topics in notary social media pages. I think the people saying these things are worried about saturation and the competition, but I think they really want to eliminate the competition. I don't think there is a way to eliminate the competition in a competitive business. So my policy is just to have confidence, do good work, focus on your business, This will bring you more money. We're independent contractors who compete with each other. We're not in a trade union. State fees for general notary work, also known as GNR, are set at the state level. Mortgage signings, however, are a completely different animal. They will usually fluctuate a little because there are many things that factor into it. Federal law prohibits competitors in an industry from getting together to discuss or set fees. This is known as price fixing. If signing companies are getting together to fix prices, it would be an antitrust violation. I'm not there behind the scenes of those companies, but I'm just saying, it's hard, if not impossible, to determine general fees across the board. A lot of veteran notaries won't even answer the question of how much should I charge. There's too many factors to consider. What is low in one place might be high in another place, and to add further confusion, you might be getting signings from a different state in your state that's from a signing company in a different state, and everyone's situation is different. It's fine for the new NSA that's trying to get their business off the ground to accept a lower fee than another NSA would take. I understand more money is good, I understand where you're coming from, but they're not hurting your business. And that's all I gotta say on that topic. But that's another thing to think about if you want to become an NSA. Sometimes you have to deal with people that are challenging, but that's going to be true for most businesses. We're all grown. You can form your own opinions, of course, and business practices, but this was mine. That might sound like some crazy ramblings.
I'm not a crazy man.
But I think it's all something to take into account if you're going to be an NSA. The next thing I'd like to mention is I think some people are coming into this thing thinking that it's going to be easier than your typical 9-to-5 job. While it can be in some aspects, if you're trying to make good money, this business won't necessarily be a cakewalk. Some people won't like this comment, but in my opinion, it seems to me that some of the veteran NSAs that are selling training courses tend to sugarcoat the business a little bit when they're marketing their courses, which leads to upcoming NSAs not being fully aware about the cons of the business. Or it could be they're just excited to talk about the pros and don't touch on the cons for whatever reason. Just starting out, the thought even crossed my mind in the beginning. I was wondering if this was some kind of scam in some kind of way. I can confirm it's not a scam. There's Ellie the cat. I don't offer any training courses. I don't currently make money off these YouTube videos or anything like that, so I think I have an objective opinion. But it is a legit business. Now, this might be common sense, but try to be mindful or prepared to face the challenges that come with it, as you would have to do with any other business out there. Now, it ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
So if you haven't seen my first video on why I think you might not want to be a NSA, check that out because I list different things in that video. So that's all I got for you guys today. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. See you next time, and be sure to level up.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.